Vietnam is a long, thin country wedged between the borders of Laos and Cambodia, the South China Sea, and features a wide variety of spectacular scenery, from the north's verdant rice terraces and mountainous forests to the south's fertile delta and stunning beaches. Vietnam has experienced its share of difficulties, and that's why Vietnam is a proud nation today. Not only for vehemently upholding its own independence, but also for its breathtaking landscapes and fascinating past. Vietnam is at the top of many travelers' wish lists due to its amazing and dazzling metropolises, idyllic islands, and vast national parks, not to mention its world-famous cuisine. Countless places in the nation are highlighted, but some places shouldn't be missed at all. Here's our selection of the 10 best tourist destinations in Vietnam, so make sure to watch till the end, because at the end, you'll get to experience the highlight of Vietnam. So, anyways, do you like to travel? Are you curious about everything that the world has to offer? Well then make sure you subscribe to our channel, you silly goose, and leave the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also, don't forget to tap that bell icon to turn on notifications so that you know when new videos are out. 10. Phu Quoc, a beautiful island in the Gulf of Thailand, is called Phu Quoc. Although it's normally a part of Vietnam, geographically speaking, it's closer to Cambodia. Today it's characterized by dense tropical jungles, gentle sandy beaches, and undulating hills. However, the island has an interesting past, having initially served as a base for French missionaries and later as a dreary reformatory during the French colonial wars. Aside from its intriguing past, the island's allure lies in its captivating and tropical setting. Days in Phu Quoc are spent lounging on white sandy beaches, scootering through fishing villages, touring pepper and pearl farms, and if you're feeling a little adventurous, you can go hike to the waterfalls or take a ride on the world's longest oversea cable car. Don't pass up the chance to experience Phu Quoc's renowned fish sauce. While you're here, you can even visit one of the fish sauce factories. This island is known for its seafood. 9. Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park. One of the most scenic areas around the nation is Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park, which is tucked away in the Quang Binh province on the central coast of Vietnam. The national park is more well-known than ever thanks to its enduring notoriety as a filming location for the 2017 movie Kong Skull Island and its proximity to an international airport. Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park, which was made accessible to the public in 2010, is popular for its getaway from the city. Here, you can take things slowly while cycling through the jungles of Kong on your own time. There are countless caves and mysterious rivers to explore in this region, which has karst mountains that are more than 400 million years old. Visits to the Sun Dung Cave are essential. It's one of the biggest caves on Earth, and it contains its very own underground river, microclimate, and hidden jungle. Access to the inner park is closely monitored because of its proximity to the Laos border, and tourists might anticipate a significant military presence. This is primarily owing to the park's involvement in the conflict. It has some of the largest concentrations of unexploded bombs in the world, which is why visitors can only visit this location with a certified tour guide. Number 8. Ho Chi Minh City. The largest city in Vietnam is Ho Chi Minh, also called Saigon. It was formerly the Republic of Vietnam's capital. Even though Saigon was changed to HCMC when it was conquered by the North in 1975, its old moniker is still frequently used, especially when referring to the city's bustling center. There are temples, museums, parks, and tourist shops in Ho Chi Minh. There is something to do here no matter what your hobbies are. For a breathtaking city view, head over to Saigon's Skydeck Summit, or Landmark 81, the highest building in Vietnam. The view is even more magnificent at night when the city's lights are twinkling below. History buffs can't pass up this opportunity to visit the enigmatic Cu Chi tunnel system, which really served as a command center for numerous military operations during the Vietnam War. Reunification Palace, sometimes called the Independence Palace, has 5 floors, and it's just fun to see, honestly. It's a great destination. It's a well-known location in Vietnamese history because it depicts the moment when a tank breached the palace gates and Saigon fell. On the grass near the palace is a duplicate of that same tank. You'll enjoy a visit to the War Remnants Museum or the Museum of Vietnamese History if you're interested in learning more about the conflict. Number 7. Mekong Delta. The Mekong Delta, also known as the Rice Bowl of Vietnam, is a lush network of waterways in Vietnam that is well known for its rich soils that are rich in nutrients and its diverse ecosystems. The banks of the Mekong Delta are home to a veritable patchwork of fruit, vegetable, rice, and cattle farms that feed more than a third of the population. If you exclude the Amazon, this spectacular riverfront is the most biodiverse place on Earth. The Mekong Delta, which occupies a large portion of southern Vietnam, is a remarkable region home to mangroves, rice paddies, lily pad canals, and fascinating fauna. Travelers might visit the Mekong Delta and its towns like Tan Lap Floating Village in Tra Vinh, which is regarded as one of the nicest villages in the Delta, with the use of numerous bus connections and motorbikes. A boat ride through the Tra Su Indigo Forest is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. You'll be able to observe daily life on the river as a native paddles you through the farmlands, the fruit orchards, the monkey bridges, the water buffalo, and the floating marketplaces. Now, the best time to visit the Mekong is between December and May during the dry season, where there's less likelihood of flooding. Number 6. Nha Trang. The Blue Bay is lined with tropical islands, and the high-rise, high-energy beach resort of Nha Trang is surrounded by a necklace of hills. The beachfront is defined by a long, white sand crescent beach and is flanked by a grand promenade, lined with sculpture gardens and parks. While there are many international shops and restaurants in the interior, the nightlife in central Nha Trang really comes to life when restaurant service winds down for the day. When in Nha Trang, you might think of outdoor activities like swimming, snorkeling, scuba diving, parasailing, and jet skiing. However, Nha Trang has a lot more than that to offer. It's the best place in Vietnam to try mud bathing. Also, the city serves as a fantastic starting point for a beach crawl up the coast to Quy Nhon, including stops at Doc Let, Bai Bao, and Bai Zet. Don't forget Vinpearl, a land theme park if you want to go here with the kids. Number 5. Sapa Sapa is a fascinating rural town in the Hoang Lien Son Mountains of northern Vietnam that traces the border with China. When you're hiking the terraced hills and the slopes around this high-altitude mountain village, its elevation of 4,921 feet above sea level is nothing to laugh at. Although this remote region of the country has a lot of natural beauty, Sapa's attractiveness largely stems from its unadulterated and genuine culture. Trekking days are spent passing through rice fields, undeveloped rural communities, and in the clouds of Phan Span, Vietnam's highest peak. Despite the beautiful scenery, talking with these intriguing people along the way it's going to be your highlight. I can guarantee it, honestly. Local kids will tag along and try and sell you some of their handmade jewelry or just try and talk to you to practice their English. The Gothic church, the town center, and the city hall are just a few of the charming French colonial structures found in Sapa itself. The several ethnic tribes in the region frequently congregate in Sapa, a significant market town to sell their products, which make wonderful gifts. Visitors can learn everything that there is about the past and present of various ethnic groups and cultures. Number 4. Hoi An, which served as the country's capital in the 19th and 20th centuries. It's possibly the most approachable city in Vietnam. Its idyllic location on the banks of the Perfume River, its elaborate cuisine, which is rightfully famed, and its largely traffic-free streets all contribute to its allure. And that's even without mentioning the Imperial City, a walled enclosure within the citadel of the city of Hue that houses the emperor's residences, temples, palaces, and the principal buildings of state. The most impressive pagodas and royal tombs in Vietnam can be found on the outskirts of the city, many of them in gorgeous natural surroundings. Number 3. Hoi An is the star of every trip to Vietnam because it's just so laid back, so charming, and endowed with its unique brand of charm. A feast of color, with lively and vivid lanterns adorning every structure, this picturesque ancient town is located south of Da Nang, and within biking distance of some beautiful warm water beaches along the central coast. Among the many beaches that merit celebration in Vietnam, Da Nang Golden Bridge is probably the most recognizable one. Its unique design resembling being lifted by two giant hands and the golden yellow hue of this pedestrian bridge make it look both photo-perfect and a great place for just sightseeing. You can see much from it, and the site itself that you see things from is great. Hopefully that was clear. Travel by transport from Hoi An to Golden Bridge will take about 1 hour to get there. There is so much to keep you occupied in Hoi An in the afternoons. The old town's twisting, winding streets are dotted with stunning historical structures. Chinese temples and wooden-fronted stores offer great options for retail therapy. Visit the market, negotiate an enticing spa offer, and have a dress or a custom-made suit created just for you by one of the town's many renowned tailors. And don't leave without taking a look at the stunning Japanese-covered bridge and the hundreds-of-year-old Chinese merchant homes with glazed roofs that house 1/4 of the town's residents. Number 2. Hanoi, Vietnam's capital. Hanoi is genuinely chaotic, but that just adds to its appeal. It's one of Southeast Asia's fastest-growing cities, with a unique blend of French, and Sino-Vietnamese influences. Visitors to this dynamic city should be ready. It's a place where crossing the street might mean taking your life into your own hands with automobiles, motorbikes, and tuk-tuks, jostling for the right-of-way in a city without road laws. It's a kind of a hive of activity at the best of times, and absolute pandemonium at the worst. Legends Corner is among the best locations to experience Hanoi's craziness. The convenient Legend Beer Cafe is the best place to relax with a beer and a legend, and in a cafe. And you get to see the mayhem of rush hour right before dusk too. And there's a lot of moving objects in the traffic, including scooters, automobiles, tuk-tuks, dogs, and pedestrians. And the way that I've said this last sentence, you're probably expecting me to say that there's a lot of accidents, but honestly, very few collisions occur. It's mighty impressive. So, for a change of scenery, you can take a stroll around the old quarters freshwater Hoi An Lake, or visit the Thong Long Imperial Citadel to learn more about Vietnamese history. A must-see is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, the former president of Vietnam and leader of the Vietnamese Revolution. Number 1. Ha Long Bay. Ha Long Bay in northern Vietnam is renowned for its stunning emerald waters, its countless magnificent limestone karsts, astounding waterslide caverns, and lovely tree-topped islands. It's situated about 80 miles east of Hanoi. Scuba diving, kayaking, trekking, and rock climbing are all very popular activities here in and around Cat Ba National Park. There are various Ha Long Bay cruises to select from, ranging from budget-friendly to luxuriously lavish, for people who just want to unwind and take in that scenery and unload their wallets. The tens of thousands of islands dotting the bay are diverse, ranging from remote landmasses where antelope and monkeys wander freely, to larger inhabited islands with some amazing beaches. The greatest way to appreciate Ha Long Bay's natural beauty is on a boat tour. Boat tours can range from day trips to multi-night excursions thanks to hundreds of boats being available, which range from classic Chinese junks to luxurious cruisers. These excursions frequently include meals, entertainment, and excursion stops where visitors can explore islands, caves, and lagoons. The majority of boat excursions are planned from Hanoi or from ports like Haiphong, Ha Long City, and Cariron. Ha Long Bay is susceptible to weather changes, like most vacations on the water. To get the most out of your stay, schedule your trip between March and June. Since it's off-season from June to September, you can typically find some excellent prices. Just keep an eye on the weather, since monsoons can seriously ruin your trip. Trust me. So, what are your thoughts on these destinations? Please share it with us in the comment section below, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Got a lot of content coming your way, so stay tuned. See you in the next one. Later!